Keggin's with us from Island Escapes on the Mannin Line. Why do people come to the Isle of Man nowadays?
Okay, so there's a variety of things, really. I think the bucket and spade holiday that we kind of associate with some of the nostalgic photos is a thing of the past in many ways. What we're seeing, and I'm just speaking for my company, is that people coming for things like walking, just relaxing breaks, looking to bring their dogs with them as well, because that's an area which has grown massively in the last few years, and we're actually
Dog tourism.
Yeah, so we're finding 1 in 4 people who find our website are searching the words pet friendly, dog friendly, that type of thing, because they, if you go to the Lake District, that's massive, and here, because of all of our walking, we have a lot to offer, and I'm finding our dog friendly properties are booking up really, really well. So there's a whole lot of reasons why people come. The mixture really, from families right through to kind of retired. We get a lot of retired couples coming here as well. So
interesting. Do you monitor things like spend per head and what have you? Do you monitor what value the tourists bring to the Isle of Man?
Yeah, so we're still an evolving company, and I think this year we'll probably have some really good data from the year. My intentions are to this year gather more of that. What I'm finding is when people book with us, we ask them a few things like, why did they choose to come to the Isle of Man? We ask them some basic questions, and a lot of what's coming through at the moment is, we're coming to the Isle of Man for the first time. We're worried about Brexit. Isle of Man's been on bucket list for years. There's a lot of first-time visitors this year, which I think is quite interesting, because we do get a lot of people who are very loyal to the island and come back year after year. But there's also this level of people coming through who are saying, we've never been here before. We're curious. So,
what are their impressions?
We always get quite good feedback about the island. I think people are always surprised about what we've got here within a short space. So everything's quite close by. You're not having to drive very far or travel very far.
Because we live here, we don't notice it. You never notice what's close to you. So it's always interesting to find out from people who come for the first time, what is that first thing that kind of hits them?
Yeah, so I think people are amazed by the natural beauty, really. I think people don't expect it to be quite what it is. You go down to the Sound and you look at the sea down there, the seals, the tide, and then you can go around just a short distance. You're into Port Erin Bay, Sandy Bay, and the cliffs and the coast, and everything is really close by. You've got the history and the heritage as well, all near. It's all nearby, really, and I think that's what surprises people.
Why are you a corporate sponsor of the Wildlife Trust?
Okay, so the Wildlife Trust, we were looking for a charity that we could work with, that we could highlight the work that they do to our guests, and I wanted to find something which would relate to what we're all about and would be of interest to the guests as well. So some of the local charities, there's some very worthy local charities, but I wasn't too sure whether they would get that much engagement with our guests. So what we do when a guest books, we ask for a small donation. It's an optional £3 donation. And what we find is most guests opt in for it. And we raised £1,000 for the Wildlife Trust last year, and I'm looking to try and increase that this year. I just think it's a kind of quite a responsible thing to do, really, and also it helps us expose what the work they're doing and some of their nature reserves and so on.
What's what3words?
What3words? Yeah, so that's come about because one of the things I found last year was we have guests arriving at all times of the day and night, because we're the nature of the Isle of Man. People could arrive off the ferry in the evening. It's like 10 o'clock at night. They're trying to find their property. It's dark. They don't know where they're going. Their sat-nav's not working properly, because this is the Isle of Man, and sat-navs don't seem to work properly on the Isle of Man. Postcodes, quite a broad area. I can write directions and tell them turn right, turn left, and the phone still rings. We're lost. We can't find where we are. And then, so that led me on to kind of looking at ideas. How can we make things easier? And I'm always looking to try to see how can we make things easier for the customers in whatever we're trying to do. And I'm actually a volunteer Coast Guard. And we heard about this app, what3words, and this company have done is they've divided the world into 3-meter squares, and they've given each 3-meter square 3 separate words. And what that does is it helps people identify their location by those 3 words. And it's evolved in kind of emergency services life. People who have been lost or needing rescue have phoned up the emergency services and read these 3 words from the app. And the emergency services know all about this app, and they're able to kind of type it in, bring up the location, and then provide a traditional kind of coordinates to the teams on the ground, who then go out and find the people. And we've actually had people on the Isle of Man who have used this app to enable their rescue, and it pinpoints people to the actual spot. So
and you can find anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world. If you look on their web,
yeah.
So what3words.com. If you have a look on that website, you probably find the square that we're sat in right now. If that's. So what I did was I spoke to what3words, and we talked to them about doing this with the holiday cottages. And so what we've done is we've got the what3words locations for the front doorstep of every one of our holiday cottages, and we put that into our system, and then that goes out to our guests before they stay, along with a link to the website and how to download the app. And if they download the app before they come, that app will work offline as well. So it doesn't matter that they go into Erie Cushland where there's no mobile signal and no data, but if they've got a smartphone with this app on it and the 3 words, it'll take them from the ferry in Douglas to the front door of the property.
Okay, what 3 words? It's what figure 3 words, and it's available at the App Store.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and it's free to download.
Fantastic. Okay, John Keggin from Island Escapes. Good to talk to you today, John. What's your website if anybody wants to get in touch?
Yeah,
with
so
you?
It's www.islandescapes.im.
John, we wish you well.
Thank you.
Thanks for being with us today.